Okay, so I was actually talking to my coworker about this, and I think he didn't. So I guess people don't know that eugenicists exist. And, for a while, I also thought like I was not a eugenicist. But as I grow older, let's be honest, like I'm not going to say that 100% I'm a eugenicist, but I am definitely in favor of population control. Like, I don't think I'm kind of like against poor people having children. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like you can't produce anything. Like, you're literally not producing any value in a society. Like, why? What's the point of continuing to go? I mean, it's like solve your own problem. If it takes you an entire generation to solve your problem, that's how long it takes. Like, go through the motion. And like, no, I think some of you guys are just really confused about standard of living, and like you think that like some people are gonna get like shift their standard of living. Like, some of us are just willing to work so hard to get away from the rest of you. Like, I feel like that is the one thing I have in common with gay people. Like, gay people, to me, all the gay people that I've met, their tolerance for bullshit is very low. Very, very low. And I'm the same way. Okay? Like, I feel like extreme conservatives, like all the Daily Wire people, are also the exact same way. This is where we all get along, okay? I feel like I'm the one moderate who's like trodden the line of I understand. I fucking understand. It's the weird shit that some of you guys are dealing with. Like I keep hearing all these stories about people getting into these relationships with like losers. It's like their partners are they're not attractive. It's not there's something physically attractive about them that was so great. They always just talk about some like humanistic component that was like tolerable. Oh, she was there. Like, you'll hear a guy talking about a girl, and you realize, like, at the end of the conversation, like, he likes this girl because she's like available to him. That is like the most compelling factor. Like, girl available to him, and that's what this is. Like, all these women who are, it's not all these, I've seen a few women who are making these videos like, oh my god, congratulations, I got the ring, we're getting married, oh, it's so much happy. I'm not the person who's like shady or miserable about somebody else being married. I think if there's some woman who has decided like she likes a guy enough to be married to him and to have children with him, this is great. Like, that's one more guy who is like not being a predator for the rest of us, and this is great. Like, I feel like all of us are like on board with that. But I think some of you guys are under the impression that the rest of us are like gunning for your husbands, when like we just aren't. We just aren't. Like, it isn't like that. There are not a bunch of women who are like out here trying to take your loser ass husband away from you. Like, that's not the case. Most of these dudes are not catches. I can't disguise. It isn't what you think it is. And I can only speak from like my own perspective, but like, it really feels like a lot of you guys is like boyfriends, husbands, whatever it is, kind of are continuously trying to prove something to us. Like, I'm kind of tired of your husband like trying to pretend like he's a good guy to the rest of us. Like, we don't care. Like, as long as he like stays over there with you, I think this is fine. Like, he doesn't become a stalker, okay? He's not like shooting anyone's daughter, shooting me, you know what I mean? It's like, as long as he's over there with you, he is not bothering the rest of us, and this is a good thing for society. So we are all rooting for you. But we don't need a whole, like, the thing that you guys don't understand is like the terrorist of society will always be poor men. Poor men are alone. They don't have any food. They don't have any shelter. They don't have anything. That's why you see them on here making like red pill videos all day. they're not attractive to look at. The videos aren't conceptually good. Like the conversation isn't stimulating. They're talking about problems that have existed for 100 years that they have personally never solved. It's just like, I don't understand. Why are we still talking about this? Like, you're a grown-ass man, sir. Why couldn't you solve one problem for your own family in 100 years? Population control is necessary, Matt Walsh. Like, just get on board with Planned Parenthood, mesophistrol. Okay, we just don't need that many children. Also, I feel like if you're black at this point, you should just realize that there's enough black children to populate the planet really forever. Just be a mentor to somebody. There's one black girl who will probably find your content and just find solace just knowing that you were alive when she finds like freedom out of like the dictatorship of her like awful family at the moment. Like, not saying it's like this for everyone, but the crazy shit that some black children are dealing with is like nuts. Like, if they're alive long enough, they will wake the fuck up to understand how toxic the black community is as a whole, and they too will escape like the rest of us. Maybe that look to the future. Like, one of them might find your content and like be better. Be better. We need eugenics, unfortunately.